think I may do is switch up the positioning of these divisions. I detached Armistead's brigade. I had a plan for him. Let's go ahead and bring these boys back. So Ledbetter, all right, he's going to, initially, we're going to have those boys move right here. Chambliss will get some skirmishers out. Let's do it all across the line. Now, I want this brigade. I think I want them. It's like, I think I would like to be kind of up here, up here. It would be great to control this crossroad right here, I'll be honest with you. Well, I guess we can, can't we? So let's go ahead. Let's do that. Let's do this. And maybe that. They've got Lorenz rifles. They can guard the flank pretty well right there. And then you've got artillery. I think that I'll put it more here and here. Then with Loring's troops, say kind of like that. Chambliss's skirmishers, like so. Okay. That's a pretty reliable division of troops. Let's bring these guns back a bit. Guns in the center. That often ends up being where I put them for the most part. All right. Then Armistead's brigade, detached from Cook. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put him kind of right in here, right? We'll have, with all the troops that have crappy guns, I'm just going to go ahead and see if I can't try and get them in a fight over here, and then have cavalry out on the flank here. And then what I want to do is if they press me hard here in the center, or if they even press on the right, I want the cavalry to be in a position where they can hop on roads real quick and either deploy to defend out here or deploy behind this newer division to help with its morale. All right, here's Greer's troops. Let's put him in the line right about there. Let's go that. Yeah, and we're going to try to score some French support too. And I've got, yes, emplacements. Absolutely. Don't forget about that. I would say, for starters, I would honestly say that we should probably, just to be responsible, is put just kind of a small one, say right along here. Bonk. Okay. And then, let's see here. Randall, come on back for the time being. Thank you, thank you. Let's grab Early's brigade with his Springfield rifled muskets, and he'll be out on the flank right here. All right, we'll do that with him. And what we'll do is, let's build some breastworks that go, let's say, let's say from here to here, so that Greer can use them. All right. At least he'll have some decent defensive positions to go and work behind. All right. And again, kind of stick into the woods here. We'll have Early in a position to attack anybody that tries to flank Greer. We'll have Fagan's artillery right there. Okay. They'll be able to fire off down the path at anybody who forms up right there. Yeah, so kind of do a thing like I see what you're saying about there, kind of doing too deep on the line over here with Cook's division. I'm not against a thing like that. What I might do too is I might go ahead and instead of camping with the cav is to have it out a little bit over here, and then have Tillman's scouts and Hawes' scouts and Jackson's scouts all out. We'll put some troops there. Tillman, you can go kind of looking this way. Hawes, let's have him be, keep him close to a road. Actually, that's stupid. Let's have Jackson come out this way. All right, and we'll be around the Gaines property here. And Hawes, let's go ahead and let's bring him, say, about like so. Let's have these boys kind of be more here. These guys all have their scouts out, and we'll extend the line unofficially, you know, with weak cavalry protection over here on the left all the way to the Chickahominy River, and then we'll fill in the rest over here. Let's have, this artillery's not going to be a whole lot of good, but firing into those woods, but we'll have artillery maybe in a decent spot here. Maybe not there. See, they really just can't get into the trees very well. What if we put them right about there and had Early be kind of more like this, and Randall protecting the guns right here, and have them be dismounted. Donk. All right, over there. Okay, and then Lee is a reserve brigade, basically. We're going to put him into a different formation, and we're going to have him kind of near this little cross trail. And then these guns are going to be over on the... We may just put them right up here. Bingo. See, we've got them outgunned, like I was talking about, which is good. If they decide to come and flank all the way around here, I won't be surprised. And really, I think maybe Randall should come over here on the right and keep an eye out. Be mounted. Let's change our minds on this. And let's just, we'll know. And we'll probably even take Randall and move him forward a little bit. He's connected to Joe Johnson, right? So that'll be good. We'll see about the, is AP Hill right here? There he is. Captain Ambrose Powell Hill, commander of a battery of six-pound field guns. That's the other thing. We probably should look at the caliber of weapons that we're using here. 6-pounders. Okay, we got 12-pound Napoleons here. That's fine. That's good. They'll be good with canister, right? I think the other thing that's important is always, you usually always want to kind of set your cannons back so that they cover the infantry's flank. In case somebody comes through here right at the guns, they'll have to deal with taking flanking fire right there from Loring. So we can set that up that way. Lee can obviously kind of about face, head to the right, and attack through the Foster's field right there. And I'd say Cook needs to be up with his division. We'll be near the crossroad right there. I think that'll work. Now we're, I think we're just about ready here. Going to have the objectives. I didn't show this before. They're coming from up here, okay? They don't have anything else. So my guess is, anyway, they're going to come down here, and then down here, and then here, then here, and then likely all the way to Bethesda Church. And then from there, I wouldn't be surprised if a battle develops in this area here. And we'll adjust as we need to. What's good about that is if they want to do that, they're going to have two streams to come across. 3 even, in order to get to the first objective point. So really all we'll have to do is just kind of reorient our line so that we have these streams to help us with defense, right? So let's go ahead with another set of entrenchments in front of these guns right here. Bonk. Just off the side of the house, right? Bonk. Just like that. And then we'll do a little more. Just say like that. Bonk. And we'll have these guns be on it, okay? That works for me. We've got this battery here. I would be interested maybe in putting them out here just to be an annoyance. Or here. Except they can't see past there. Okay, got it. Got it. You really can't see past there, huh? That's too bad. That's a good spot for some guns right up in here. That's pretty. There we go. Now we can see. All right, so if they do want to come down this way, they'll at least have some guns here to annoy them. And then worst case, like I was talking about before, depending on what we see out in front of us here, we may end up moving the cavalry back into the center to help with morale, or moving it out to the right. And I think the other thing to talk about with regard to kind of how we're going to approach this with strategy in mind. This one Union army right now is the only army that's moving at our capital. Okay, that's all they got. We only have to beat back this one army, and then the rest of the campaign should play out beautifully as we've kind of designed, and maybe taking Washington D.C. this coming couple of weeks in game. We'll have to see about that. But and what I mean to say by that is to say essentially, this battle, guys, we're probably going to have to fight this one to the bitter end. There is no early retreating, right? We're right outside the capital. So this one goes all the way down to the wire. We're going to fight it. No matter how hard the AI continues fighting it and coming at us, we're going to go after this thing hardcore for sure. All right. So, hey, Beeper man, appreciate the compliment there. So that'll do, and we've spread ourselves out pretty thin for now. However, I think we're going to be just fine. Let's push play and let's get this baby started. We're going to be at 4:30 p.m. I imagine now we're going to have a late day evening time action maybe. It's going to take the Yanks a while to get themselves set up, right? It's going to take them a while to get themselves out here. Let's take Jackson. Let's just move forward a bit. Let's get out here. Let's have an eye on the Old Church Road, okay? Let's at least try to do that. Bonk. And Tillman, come on out right there. Wickham, why don't you go ahead? Why don't you back up to there? Okay, and Wheeler here is going to accompany these men. He'll get himself right about there. And we'll have ourselves a nice cavalry advantage. Now, if we get them engaged here, let's say, and then we can sweep in behind them with the cav, get them good and engaged, and where we're chewing each other up real good. They've taken some casualties, their morale's taken some hits. Cavalry sweeps around, traps them, takes them. We might try that. And yeah, I realize too, these guys are in a little bit of danger. I'd like to take a position actually behind those works, gentlemen. That's all right. That's all right. What I'm hoping that this does is create... what they'll be able to do is they'll be able to attack right along this side of the field, okay? I'll give you that. If you're a critic of mine and you notice the weak point, it's right there. That's why Lee is here. All he's got to do is form up, turn this way. Maybe Fry's battery becomes a little sacrificial out here with his Napoleons. But boy, can those Napoleons pump canister, man. And then the other part is we still have these skirmishers out front right here, okay? And we could always just change their facing and, again, turn this field, Foster's Field right here, into a nasty gauntlet coming right through. And I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll tell you what I've decided. We're going to do this right here. Go. Yes, run there. I would say that if I didn't get early access to the new game, I would be a little disappointed, I guess, is what I would say about that. It's fair to say I am this game's #1 fan right now, probably. So it would seem to make sense, and the streams are getting solid views and all of that. So it seems like it would make sense for me to get an early copy and be able to show you guys some gameplay of the new game when that comes out. To answer that question. But you never know, man. You never know for sure whether they have the same idea in mind. Okay, we're coming up on nighttime here. I'm not going to go way out. We just want to watch the old church road. All right, in the area around Bethesda Church. Here they go. Okay, end of day. Troops all resupplied. Good. Okay, we roll around to 0700 the next day. I don't have any particular reason to change my deployment except for with Jackson's cavalry, which I am going to fold into the line in a position where I detach them, and I'm going to go ahead and bring them here. Okay? We don't really need a unit way the heck out there, in my opinion. And props on playing the old AGOD game. Man, I love those games. Holy smokes. Always have. Haven't gotten back in and played them in forever. All right, I think we're ready to roll. I don't think we want to really change anything other than what we've got here. Let's go hit play again. Oh, shit. We could have built more entrenchments, though. All right, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead while we've got the time. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and build some more. Bonk. Let's have those guys build them. And let's try to build more here. Let's try to build some more right there. Now, what I would say is it is just a tad ahistoric, I think, for there to be such a focus on building entrenchments. At this phase of the war, neither side was all that keen on doing that. They were still a little more in the mindset of we should meet the enemy on the field of battle and have a stand-up fight, you know, kind of thing. Let's go ahead and have Chambliss move more to the front and build those. We'll have another entrenched position right out here. All right, all right. Randall, why don't you continue that move, man? He had to move back to the deployment area. Well, so, yeah, 500 turns. Boy, yeah, I got a feeling like you could run into some trouble. Appreciate everybody who's in the saloon tonight. You guys are the best. Don't forget, thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, notification bell. Hype on your mobile device, boys. Let's get that algorithm looking our way. Let's get that algorithm looking our way. We got a battle here, gentlemen. We got a significant battle here. Let's see what these Yankees want to do. I can see them coming wherever they decide to come at me. I'll be able to see them the whole way. Wherever I move, every move I make is observed. Right? All right, Jackson. Bring your scouts in. You don't need them anymore. We got Cav in the back. Unit is cut off. How is that? Oh, because he's detached. Well, let's reattach him. Let's do that. Let's reattach him so he's not cut off. You want to try to minimize hits on your morale, and indeed it is their first battle. I was wrong about that. Okay, so it is they're not early, but these guys will be baptized in the fires of battle today, gentlemen. These guys, not so much. Okay, getting these breastworks done. Fantastic. Let's look at perks, maybe. Let's slow it down, go across the army. Let's take a look. Maybe we got some perks. I might have missed those already. I always, now I'm like double jeopardy, double concerned about whether or not I'm looking at perks. You guys have seeped into my consciousness about perks, man. Doesn't look like I've got any. Not yet, anyway. Hear Hazel snoring away in the background. I believe Johnson probably should be maybe over here. Make that his headquarters right there. I always try to do that from kind of an RP perspective. Try to like put them at a house where your traditional headquarters, Civil War headquarters would have been in real life. Keep an eye out. Keep an eye out, boys. Let's go ×5 again. They should be rolling out. This will be the full day of battle, I imagine. I would be very pleasantly surprised if they decide to go ahead and withdraw. That would be lovely. Now that their capital is under threat. Although I wouldn't love it from the perspective of us not getting a good genuine fight going here for the first time in a while on the stream. By God, we need to get to fighting around here. There they are. Okay, so we managed to catch him way the heck out here. Thank you to Randall. And I think what we'll do is just keep looking for now. So they're obviously taking this road. My guess is they're going to go ahead and hang a right. Choop. Come here to Bethesda Church and then try to crush my right flank. That's my guess. Let's redeploy Fry's guns. Let's go ahead and send them here. Double time it, boys. Let's redeploy Jackson's cavalry to right here. Double time, gentlemen. Let's go ahead and send S.D. Lee over. And we'll go ahead and put him right there. Double time for me, gentlemen. Thank you, thank you. And that's at least one division, okay? Can't say confidently that I think that's the main body, but I would say Hawes can now get on the move. Let's have him come on back here first. Let's have Wheeler get himself on the move to right there. Double time, my man. My man, Joseph. Here they come. ×2, ×2. Let's go, boys. Let's go. They are nearing our position. I think we're going to have all of these breastworks built by the time they get here. That's going to be good. We'll give them one little place where there aren't breastworks to give them hope. You know, give them something to fight for. And after these guys are done, we're going to switch. These skirmishers are going to go here, and then Smith's brigade is going to go here on the fence. And then Chambliss will be here to support him. Good, good. May end up pushing this side of the line out. We'll have to see. If they want to attack through this narrow frontage, I got to be honest with you, I'm kind of more than happy to go ahead and let them. I'm kind of okay with it. Be honest. Being totally honest, boys. Go ahead. Double on time. Double that time, boy. Beckham. Or Wickham, rather. But you come over here and replace. Mount up. Mount up. One. Yeah, that looks like the main body. That's got to be the main body right there. All right, so since Smith isn't done yet, let's switch this up. Loring, Smith's skirmishers are going to go here. Loring is going to come to here. All right. We'll have ourselves a nasty little fight over here, and we'll call it, what would this be? The East Woods, right? Our own version of the East Woods. Let's have these boys. Ooh, see, they'll be able to. Let's have them scooch. Let's have them scooch just a touch. All right, boys, here we go. Green's guns are guarding this side here, kind of like guarding this crossing and giving us a chance to put in enfilade fire on troops that are crossing from these woods over to these woods here. Any troops that want to attack, cross here. Bam! We're going to open up now. Very good. Slow her back down. Cavalry are out. All right. Works for me. Smith is done. Smith, I want you, sir, to be right there. And then Chambliss, stop doing what you're doing. And let's go right back to here, my man. And then Randall, he goes ahead and brings in his scouts, dismounts. And right now, we're going to bring him to here. Bonk. Very well indeed. Okay, they're going to have one division form up here, it would appear. Let's get Ledbetter in here with his troops. Let's have Lee get out in his line. He'll be ready for a counterattack if need be. All right, Early is coming over. We're going to put him here. Go ahead, call it a retreat. That's fine. Cook, come on up here near the foster farm. Let's go. Here we go, boys. Yee! All right, Tillman. Let's bring him here now. We'll trick the Rebs a little if we, or the Yankees, the Rebs. I am the Rebs. Let's send this cav over this way. Wheeler's cavalry going to help out a lot here. Loring. Let's have these boys jump on here. Go. All right, then these boys, Smith skirmishers, come on up right here. Go. And we'll have their artillery come on up and deploy. I imagine that they will center their attack right here, as you would. And then let's take Tillman's cav. Yep, they're coming back. Very well. Wheeler, let's bring you back with Johnson. Let's go. Quick. First shot's coming soon. They're going to form up right here. Okay, they're going to bring their guns up. Bad move. Skirmishers are going to come out and shoot at them. Let's go. And Loring's got Springfield rifled muskets to shoot at him as well. Fire. Right? Bingo. Taking some nasty artillery shots there, it looks like, but should be all right. Randall's still getting his orders. He'll have to fall back if he needs to. We'll just have him right there. How's that terrain look? A little bit of a decline right there. That's fine, but up there near Bethesda Church, he's just going to keep an eye out for anybody that wants to spread out this way. And it's going to be Ledbetter's troops doing most of the fighting. Here comes Smith's skirmishers, and we're going to go ahead and... Yeah, buddy. Okay. Smith, bring those boys in. Bring those boys in. You boys, run. Okay, and we're going to run out here. We're going to take these guns, damn it. At some point. All right, let's go ahead. Let's have Loring. Let's get himself right here. Yeah, advance. And so this right angle, I do that in kind of like a artistic way, you might say. And I don't think that it works as well as I'd like. We're going to go ahead. We're going to advance out this way. As their infantry assault comes across now. See, they're going to come right in the area where our guns can't see right now, is where they're going to hit us, at least initially. See, AI is smart enough to do that. The AI is smart enough to do that stuff, you know? Fire. Boom. Cavalry coming forward. Little hit and run. Little hit and run. I'll tell you what, why don't you guys go ahead, stop. You're faced the right way. They still get the defensive benefit. I'll go with it. I'll go with it. We're going to have some dismounted cavalry come forward. Hitting us at the apex. You better believe we're not just going to sit around right here. Get out there. Get out there. Right? This is the only place they feel confident hitting me. So, you know, in whatever way we can, we're going to try to make them pay for it. Here comes another brigade. Okay, okay. So they are going to shade to the right. How about them apples? Let's go ahead, bring it back to the crossroad right here. Go, go, go. Fire. All right, boys. Got a hot fight here. Looks like we're driving the Confederate, or the dismounted cavalry back. They're a little disorganized trying to come across this field right here. We'll let them come into these woods. Change your facing, boys. Keep firing. Go, go, go. Nice, nice, nice. And these boys come on out. Charge move there. Go. They're going to try to rely on their numbers here. Advance. Do it. Get closer. Oof. These boys need to lay down. Change your facing. Take your AI off and lay the heck down. Got some nice cover there. You boys, same thing. Get them. Get them in the open. They're in the okay, they're going to stop there. Very well, very well. Run, 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 run. All right, very good, very good. This is looking okay. You know. There we go. Long range shooting. Come on, guys. Every time you try to select them to actually physically shoot somebody, it ends up driving them into short range fire. These boys, I think they're falling back right now. Fantastic. Excellent. You got one Union brigade under Butler that came forward. Appears to have been pushed back here in the East Woods. You fight on. Or they're facing a new direction, it looks like. Let's go ahead and advance down the entrenchments at them. Loring here, 43 men down. Courier's going to come out. Chambliss is going to open up with his Lorenzes out here against this brigade. Boom! Let's go. Now, advance. Yes. No, don't do that. That I don't like. I don't like that. I don't like what they're doing right there. They're doing some like change-o, switch-o where guys are going one side of the line then the other, and then they're going to go forward. Don't love that. Chaos of combat, stuff happens, you know? You got to go with that. I'm fine. I'm fine with it. Okay, we'll leave Tillman. No, we won't. What am I talking about? That doesn't make any sense. We'll go ahead and bring him right here. And then it just makes sense. These guns cannot just sit here doing nothing. Okay, boom. And boom. AP Hill and his guns. Let's go. You boys, let's go. Those guys are part of Ledbetter right here. So it's his division, and Butler breaks. Excellent, excellent, excellent. That's what we wanted. So let's take Smith and let's just advance him to the edge of the field right here. Chambliss on the right. Ledbetter's division putting them down. Yeah, okay, we're looking pretty good here. We're looking pretty good here. They're able to pump canister in. Oh, we're going to change face and hit these boys in the flank with Sturgis's brigade, but then you're going to have Birney come forward. Sturgis will fall back under heavy fire. Randall moves back. We've got a new division. They're going to hit us piecemeal here, gentlemen. And once we roll these guns out, I believe they are going to be in some trouble. Let's go ahead and run Early's brigade out. Boom. Let's do that. Okay, they're going to have this one other division. Now, Lee. Right? Or perhaps we end up sending more cav over there. Because they're going to try to flank over here, right? Looks like the morale in this brigade's not great. Smith. Ooh, taking heavy casualties here. There we go. Falling back right there. Fine with me. Okay, let's get skirmishers back out again. Loring. Can't do it. Smith. Can't do it. Fine. We're going to go 2-on-1 against Birney. Looks like he's falling back there. Very well, very well. Ledbetter's division doing some good work out here on this side, boys. Gold Flame, I see you, bro. You're right. Okay, Armistead, we're going to switch it up. I think we need to start thinking about this area right here. And I think we go boom with Armistead. And I think with Greer, we go boom. And I think with Hawes, we come out here and help Randall. Go, go, go. Right? Okay, we are dismounted and we need to be in loose formation, please. We just want to slow them down. Give us time to make these moves over here. Greer. Okay, he's going to be coming. Okay, guns are out. Early. Fantastic. Okay, we're going to lay down with these skirmishers. Bonk. And these boys are going to stop. Oh, my word. Look at this, boys. Look at this. This killing field over here. So I like what you're saying there. Why, if he doesn't need to use them, then why move the left wing over? You know, Fair. Well, how about that then? Well, then there. How about that? Let's just enjoy that. Okay. See there, fellas. The Yankees know. By the way, the AI gets into a position like it is in right now, where I think before long, I think the AI is aware of its position. Like it's in a tenuous situation right now. They've got Washington D.C. to worry about in their rear, number one. I think they know that they're soon going to be on the slide in the losing end, and that they're willing to retreat that much more quickly as a result of it. Not least of which the problems for them being the loss of all of that artillery too. So the AI isn't so stupid that they will make suicidal attacks against you. And it'll be a quick one right here as we wrap it up. So now here, we want to mount up. Okay, we're already mounted here. Jackson, are you guys all mounted up? Yep. So we're going to see if we can't run these guys all down. Go. Like so. These boys still going to be coming, but that'll change soon enough. Let's go 2-time. Well, how about that, gentlemen? Yeah, they'd had enough. Next thing we're going to have to kind of do on the campaign map, we have the entire Army of Virginia within striking distance of D.C. right now. Like, so I do not exaggerate when I say we are right there to deliver that shot to the kidney with the dagger. Stick it in, twist that sucker, pull it out, and we're going to see right after that, we're going to see if we can just chill and let it bleed, baby, and let the Union try to come and win the war, you know, and let them crash on our defenses and hopefully win the war from there, playing the old defensive strategy. I think that's probably the smart way to go from here forward. Oh, yeah. Shit. Ah! Okay. Okay, you guys are right. I'm getting lazy. I'm getting freaking lazy, boys. Getting stinking lazy. Bring your skirmishers in. Early. Try to run some guys out and come and grab these guns right here. Do it! Armistead. He's going to be moving too far away. Damn it. Okay, Lee, see if you can run some guys out. He's going to get those guys right here. Very good. My Army it's all reasons that I do it have everything to do with role play, if I'm being 100. So let's make sure we're evasive here. Let's go ahead and get off of cold steel. And let's make sure we're also in evasive, right? Nope, can't do it. Okay, got it. A lot of the time I put, so Wheeler probably shouldn't be so far to the rear, right? Lot of mistakes on my part, which are as real as can be, in terms of, trying to role play the whole thing. And at the same time, I believe that Johnson, the Army commander, at the very least, would have a headquarters further to the rear. Your Army headquarters would be far in the rear for a number of reasons. One, keeps the Army general that much safer, keeps the headquarters Army staff that much safer, and then also de facto ends up placing your Army commander in a more centralized position so that orders can go out equally among the whole Army, right? Instead of having them up on one side of the line or even up in the middle where everything's got to go way out to the sides. Okay, we got Randall's cavalry is going to get chewed up over here. Trying to get him a courier to get the heck out of here, but cavalry doesn't do that. They have withdrawn. Okay, we end up losing quite a few more men from that cavalry attack on our right flank that never fully materialized, but there we go, boys. They are withdrawn. We have that. Yeah, right. Yeah, no gameplay mechanic with that. That's really just all solid RP. I mean, I would say when you have the courier system and order delays on, that it can help you when you have the army commander back like that. I want to believe that anyway. Maybe the math isn't right on that. That, you know, the angle that the courier is going at is more of a efficient movement, but that could be totally wrong. All right, boys. Victory. Army of the Chesapeake withdraws. General Loring becomes national hero. Yeah, buddy. We captured 5 guns. Okay, we did. Yeah, I mean, very good. Okay. So, they're going to be pulling out. Right? Now we can focus up here. All right, we were going into this night. There we go, boys. Pillow has done it. Let's get over there. Oh, yeah. Come on. Here at Fort Leasure against McClellan, we have taken the fort back. Golly, that was kind of a long time in coming to. Fantastic. Okay, good. Okay. Once we get overnight, we're going to plan some movements. We're taking D.C., man. We're marching right at it. We swiped these guys to the side. Army of the Potomac's going to have to figure out what it wants to do. It is the night of April the 22nd, and Washington, D.C. lay before us. She lay, boys. Magruder is going to lead us into D.C. Okay, we're going to go on April the 23rd. All right, and we're going to march right into town. Let's go Ewell's Wing. Okay, same thing. April 23rd. And then we're going to go Army of Virginia. All right, all the way. And we're going to go on April the 23rd. So that'd be right after midnight-ish. We're going to get on the move. We've already got Yanks that have seen what we're doing, and I bet you there's going to be some there waiting for us, but there's not going to be that many. What we're going to do is we're going to come here, we're going to take D.C. From there, we're crossing right back into Virginia. We're going to set up defensive positions. We will have accomplished what we want in terms of the Union national morale number, okay? What we should do by taking D.C. is run this down to 57. And then, from that point forward, we are doing everything we can to get into battles with Union forces, win those battles, hopefully decisively, and gain more national, or force their national morale to, like, stay down no matter what they do with policy. And that's another thing that's going to be interesting. If we can achieve this, what are they going to do with their policy and their projects to try and gain national morale and get it back above 60 before November? If they can manage to do that, that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting. Oh, what do we have here? Army of the Mississippi's moving over this way. Not sure what they're up to. So, you're asking the question, okay, what does brigade route do for losses? What does army route do? So brigade route works as basically, here, let's go look at the west real quick. Somebody asked about that. Here we go. Everything's still moving right along. We have burns. Look at this. Look at this trail of devastation. And we're still in the green with everybody. We're bringing in some forage and supplies for some of them. Okay, we're going to keep that rolling. Let's push the play button. Let's go. But brigade route only happens when you've reached what's called a loss resilience break in a battle. So a brigade then will run all the way off the edge of the map. And it will keep its losses, I think. It won't lose any more men. It will just keep the losses that it has. And the losses that it has will be chalked up in what's known as the disabled category, okay? And then when an army routes off the field, when it doesn't withdraw, see, this one is going to withdraw, so they're going to push back to, you know, maybe like here, right? And they're going to be organized, and they're still going to be okay. When an army actually routes or, you know, full-on retreats, it does like what these armies are doing, and I think they're going to actually end up pulling way back to Harrisburg even. Nope, looks like they might have stopped. Okay, so they withdrew. I would not be surprised at all if they kept going, yeah. See, after we get into D.C., they're going to have to figure out what to do with me at that point. And we've got a snowstorm to slow us down. How about them apples? A little bit of a snowstorm there to slow us down. AI gets a little bit of a blessing, and we're going to build a fort out north of Richmond. We need McClellan to go away. It's going to be happening. Have we destroyed everything here? We haven't taken out the telegraph wire just yet. Here or here. Haven't done it here yet either. We'll get there. I got the Army of the Mississippi that was headed up this way. Not sure what they're up to, but I think they're coming to deal with this, is my guess. I would say, let's take this group. Let's bring them over to Quincy. Double time. Go. All right, so indeed, Department of Pennsylvania has come back with 17,000 troops to defend Washington. They will have the help of the Army of the Potomac. 21,000 men. Believe they're going to come down the river, probably jump off like here or so, and get us into a fight. We're going to stay on the offensive all across the way. We're not going to go into scouting or anything with anybody except for Beauregard and the main army, Ewell. Let's keep those boys off of scouting, okay? So that they can come to the battle that much more quickly. And then if the Yanks want to, they can just beat their head against Richmond. Right? Johnson's down here with all of his men, sitting tight. And then we need to, right, we need to do this. The one thing we missed. Let's get Cook's brigade, or yeah, his brigades upgraded with some better weapons, right? These are new troops. Greer. We'll give him Augustins, and then we'll have Armistead. We'll give him some Lorenz. Oh, let's give him some Enfields. Why not? Captured those. Spring rifle musket, Lorenz rifle, very good. Do we have enough to give out some cavalry weapons yet? We do not. We do not have them close enough. Okay, got it. Fine. Now, I wonder, did McClellan attack again? No. I think he did. I think he might have attacked again. He's not going to let it go right here, looks like. Or something. I'm not sure what's going on there. Precisely. Forest Cavalry. Let's go ahead and move over here. Go. Lost track of the Army of the Mississippi. Like I said, pretty sure they're reacting to this. Let's first Indian Cav. Let's get over here to the river. Let's move to Peoria right here. Go. Here we go, boys. Gonna have ourselves big battle outside D.C. Pretty sure right here. They're not going to be able to call these armies in, I don't think. Okay, boys going to camp out for another night. Oh, looky here, another rear guard? Are they seriously going to run away again? No way. No freaking way. Arc. Yes, sir. To defeat your enemy. To see them run before you. And to hear the lamentations of their women. You betcha. You betcha. So it looks like they're going to play defense right here. You know, they'll be able to take this area temporarily. That's fine. Let's keep a good eye on this. Okay, they're going to come back into town. And they're going to come out this way. Interesting. We're just, I mean, if I'm going to take this whole army and I'm going to move together with them just the same. And we're going to take DC. We're going to drive. That's the plan. My guess is they're going to try and hold me up long enough to get one of these armies down here to attack me here. We just have to kind of hope that they don't have the time to do that. No mods, straight vanilla, no chaser. I do not play with mods. No, sir. No, sir. Uh-oh. The main army lagging behind a tad here. Okay. Why aren't you guys moving? Go. There we go. Perfect. Magruder's wing comes in contact with the Army of the Potomac. And here we go. We're going to have ourselves this battle right around Washington, D.C. Oh, my goodness, gentlemen. We have 66,000 or so Confederates converging on the Union capital with the Army of the Potomac, 7 guns, a paltry force in defense. Oh, somebody sees a perk. Okay, got it. Let's see. And one of these days, I'll probably break down and try a mod. One of these days. Let's go. We got a perk here. We got a perk here. There we are. Let's go, bushwhackers. Absolutely. All right, we're back to it, guys. I thought they might end up getting some help from Department of Pennsylvania on this one, but it's so cool that they are not. We're going to be playing this battle. I bet you we're going to spend the rest of the stream on this bad boy. We're going to have all the time in the world to march across the field and bag these Yanks. I'll tell you that. I think it's Great Scott's BAM mod. Respect to him. See, this is the stuff I can't do. I can't do that. I'm a player. Game comes, put the game in front of me, I play it. I figure out, I play it. AI isn't as good as a human opponent. Yeah, well, that's true in every damn game. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? No, this isn't a big laggy mess at any point. I've got a good machine here. But the latest that I have played in either my Union or this is my first Confederate playthrough ever. And in my only other campaign playthrough, which was my first Union campaign, I got into late 1863, September 1863, before I won it. And yeah, I didn't have any troubles with laggy stuff or anything like that. They're going to call this the Battle of Chesapeake and Ohio Canal, right? Okay. We are on the attack. 20,000 men, 7 guns. They are green, but confident. And they'll be right here. This is what looks like, I'm not sure if this is one of those fictional made-up battlefields. I'm pretty sure it is. Okay. We already have 53,000 men on the field. So the intel about our army was not entirely... We have both Magruder and Ewell on right now, gentlemen. Okay. So it's pretty simple. Would say one corps makes a crossing here, takes the Chapel crossing here. The other corps, minus 1 division, makes its way into these woods right here along the Blagden's Mill Road. Okay. Probably Ewell, probably Magruder here for starters. Okay, and then 1 division of Ewell is going to come down here, and we're going to flank them with 1 division down this way. Since we've got so many more troops, right? This is when you can do that. And what time is it? 11:16 a.m. Here we go. All right, let's get our corps laid out right here. Magruder, you first. Let's just put you here for now. Then let's get Robert E. Lee in the lead. Like so. And then Vaughn's division behind him. Like so. And then Reynolds' division. It's a pretty big one. We're going to put them in positions to be ready to move here. Let's get them off of cover for right now. We'll have to remember that. They'll be in these orchards. All right. And we got the reserve artillery from Magruder here. Let's do the thing where we unlimber or limber them. Bink, bink, bink. Let's go there. Let's go. A little detailed deployment, gentlemen. And it's not so detailed when you're on offense. A lot of time when you're attacking, you're just getting your guys on the roads and moving to the attack as you would. Who is our flanking division going to be? D.R. Jones is who it's going to be. Let's have him be ready right here. You will be there. Walton and his division is going to be ready to go here. We've got Beckham's Engineer Brigade and Mouton's Engineer Brigade, right? I may even do a fun thing where I like set up entrenchments and stuff too, just to have fun with it. I don't want to rush through this thing necessarily. We got a nice big battle here. I would love to put together like an actual set piece right here. Whiting's division, very good. Let's have them be, say, right about there. All right, we'll have everybody out on and near the road. So artillery will be key. I think we use our artillery advantage, right? I'm going to keep the plan I've got, but I agree. We roll out a bunch of artillery right out here. Kind of right, actually kind of right, probably crossing this stream and have it be right out here is what I'm guessing. We'll push across there, put the artillery there, pound them, and then attack is what we'll likely do. And we'll probably end up doing all of that on the following day tomorrow. So let's get Magruder across like we talked about. Oh, we have 9.1 entrenchments. Yeah, no, we're not going to worry about entrenchments right now. Okay, push and plate. Off we go. Okay, Lee's going to come out. He'll be the first out. And we're going to put him right here. All right, then we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab Vaughn. We're going to put him right there. All right, then we're going to grab Reynolds. We're going to wait a minute with him. Okay, we want to try to make this orderly, right? The troops do end up moving more efficiently and better that way if you wait and let them all get on the road behind one another. Best you can. You hear my dog bored stiff down there. Poor thing. Oh, yes. And they're only getting 3 points for that? Yeah. I'm looking at a minor defeat right now. That's funny how that is. I'm not quite sure why. Yeah, they might do a withdrawal. That doesn't bother me a whole lot because that means that our army gets to run into D.C., take it, probably end up chasing these Yanks all the way down to Richmond. Would be my guess is what kind of happens in the bigger picture if we just see them pull out here, which they very well could do. I wouldn't be surprised if they did do that. Got it. All right, jumping on the road there. Very well indeed. Okay, gonna let them go by. Let's go 5 times. And then Reynolds will go right over here. Perfect. And then, ooh, he's not going with Vaughn for some reason. Interesting. Not sure why. Let's send him over there. Go. Let's take the reserve artillery for Magruder. Let's get it over here. Emory Chapel. They'll just kind of line up along here for starters. I always come back to the OOB to move stuff. Pendleton. Come on over. Preston. McRae. Manigault. Right there. Do it, bruh. Do it, bruh. Excellent. All right, let's slow it back down again. We got everybody out from there. All right, now, let's send Walton's division on out. Okay, they're going to go forward on down this way and line up right there. All right, and then Whiting will get orders after he kind of gets on the move a little bit. Grigsby? Okay, you too? You've got to move too? Ah, why is Vaughn's artillery not playing ball here, I wonder? Let's go. Get the army on the move here. No. Missouri and Kentucky are takeable, and that is all in this game. They try to mimic, what conditions were present in real life at the time. This is, when I talk to the guys in the I was about to say, when I talked to the guys in that interview I did for the new game coming out, just to kind of get an update on their progress, they explicitly said that what they are kind of aiming for is more of like the history nerd with their games. Us grognards who like to try recreate the, real circumstances of what was going on and then try to make the best of it using our own initiative and intuition. So they have just this right here, right? Be kind of cool to flank them and take that from them. Let's see. Go back up to 5 time. 5 time there. Let's go, boys. I have a playlist called Grand Tactician Topics where I discuss a whole lot of different things, right? I can't sit here and tell somebody in 2 minutes real quick how to play the game. The game has a steep learning curve, and that's how it is. It was made that way kind of on purpose. They're trying to do the best they can, so they tell me anyway, to make that a little bit better for the player. But complexity is part of what makes Grand Tactician Grand Tactician. I think that the controls are, they take some getting used to, just like any other game's controls, man. Like it's the same. You know what they talk about that? Controls for games. I mean, the game that set the standard as far as war fighting battle games and things, of course, is the Total War franchise, and everybody is used to doing things at least the way that Total War does them, a drag box, way of selecting troops, not a point-to-point way of doing things, and then dragging and with the right click and creating a line. Like that's what a lot of players have gotten real used to, because that is what has led the industry in this area for a really, really long time. And what these guys have done with their controls is something that's really, really different from that. And it just, like anything else, it just takes some getting used to. And again, I never mean any offense. It's like a big brother saying it to people when I say it. It is that it is not the game. It is not the developers of the game. From my perspective, my baseline is always, it is a skill issue. If you can't play the game, you need to admit that you have not the patience nor the time to gain the skill required to be good at the game. Like for me, that is my opinion, and that is the end of it. And a lot of players, they do the thing where they just blame the game. It's the developer's fault. It's the game's fault. I am of the opinion, no, you are here. The game is here to be learned and played by you. Now, if you don't have the time and the patience to learn and play the game, that's what it is. It isn't anything else. All right? Now, if enough people are that way, right, and they lose, they drop the game, or they don't like the game, they give the game bad reviews, right, and it ends up having an economical effect on the game, and the game doesn't sell because of that, well, then that's the way that is too, right? Can't necessarily say that one about Grand Tactician. I think it had, I don't remember how many unit sales it had, but I think it was something around like 70,000 or something like that. Here we go. Better to go ground view anyway. That way my headphones won't blink out like they did just a second ago. Here comes the march, boys. Oh my God, what is this? Said some guys decided to go ahead and take a little walk through the woods here instead of using the road. Fantastic, fantastic. Ooh. Little tough little crossing here, it looks like. Maybe not the most fun. Okay, Mouton, he is Magruder's engineer brigade. We didn't move him. Let's bring him here. All right, now D.R. Jones gets his orders, and he's going to go south all the way to here. Let's go. Oh, dude. Yeah, like the deal where you do, or you like, you want to move just Magruder like I do right now, you know, and then you end up right-clicking and moving the whole corps. Oh, my God. That is the worst. Thank you, Beeper Man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for saying that. It's something I'm kind of passionate about, as you can tell. I won't bore you guys with more talk of, you know, skill issue that, game devs that, whatever. So my favorite games involve logistics, planning, and high complexity. It's the way that it's kind of developed, I guess you might say, in my gaming life. And, you know, a game like what Paradox has cranked out in the last 15, 20 years, like, you know, the Europa Universalis games, once I found those, once I found Crusader Kings, once I found this, once I found Agiod's games of the Civil War, just incredibly detailed and complex and involved. You know, that's what I like the most, no doubt about it. So obviously we don't have any cavalry yet, and we're going to have the rest of the army come on here with Beauregard. Beauregard will have our cavalry, and we'll use them to just put eyes out. Get eyes on the enemy, wherever they are. Let's go 5 times. We've got everybody moving. When does Beauregard get here, by the way? 17 hours away? Okay, so he was delayed a bit. Yeah. The John Tiller games were games I got into as well. Always loved those. So Trimble, let's go like this. But I did more playing of those kinds of games when they were still the old Talonsoft Battleground games. Know what I'm saying? I played more of those. Or Greg Grigsby games. Okay. Grigsby's games were good. I played a couple of them. I remember that. All right. Next thing would be, let's look across the army and see if maybe there are some perks, shall we? Doesn't look that way right here. So much. See, we got these guys. These guys are going to go cross country. That's funny. So pathfinding and stuff, you know, there's little things. There are some little things, you know, that could just be better. That could just be better. They're not guarding any of the crossings, it looks like. Ooh. It just, you know, I would say, too, that it's like, it's really only kind of like the visual aspect that could be, that with the troops and the dudes and the artillery batteries and stuff, like, that's the part that could probably use the most improvement, along with, you know, some of the way that the controls work. And again, I talk all about like better AI. All right, well, so, all right, what do you mean? What I would like. Okay, you guys tell me in the chat. Feel free. Does BAM or AOM, do they, what is it that helps keep the AI? Do they stay spread out in those mods? Because at the very least, that's what I would like. In the vanilla game here I've experienced thus far, especially when the AI is on defense like they are on right now, is that they just tend to really bunch up, right? And as I understand it, I talked to the guys in that interview, the developers, and the way they explained it to me, and I think a part that I ended up editing out, was that in your sandbox setup, the AI gets confused. It doesn't have enough telling it what it should go out and do, and so it clumps up, right? So I wonder what is it that these mods do to change that? I'm curious about that specific. Can folks talk a little bit about that? What is it that they do to help with that? Or is that just kind of hard to explain? Because I don't know, what do you do about that? How do you tell the AI to try and, cover fields of fire? Like I don't, like I can't wrap my head around how is it that you can make it think better on the sandbox. I don't understand how you can even do that. So feel free to mention that one. Well, if that's true, then I would be eager in a future campaign playthrough. If what you're saying is that that's what happens, and maybe it's not a well-known mod either that allows for this to actually occur. I want the AI to do what you're talking about, holding reserves, keeping a line that's spread out, like they did in real life, no clumping. If there's a mod out there that you can guarantee will do that and really make things that much different, then I'd probably be pretty damn eager to give that one a look, because why not? All right, so I guess, for starters, we could go ahead and have a picket line out, but we're not going to do much more than move to these spots since nighttime's coming. Keep this all set up the way it is here. And what we'll do is probably have Ewell move himself to throw himself along the Piney Branch Road here, right? Magruder crosses, probably makes the main attack. Beauregard's headquarters and such is the reserve. Ewell is the hammer, Magruder the anvil, so to speak. Hopefully pinch him. All right, we're going to let this roll into nighttime. Be ready to come around the next day. Everybody who has watched my play. And by the way, yeah, there was somebody who was asking about that before. Dude, I don't have any, tutorials. I don't have well-produced, detailed tutorials. I hope to do that one day, but I'm not as much of a how-to guy. I'm more of I'm a sit down, I'm a play, come into my stream, watch live, see for yourself how you like what you see. I believe that we should be taking as much advantage. I mean, it's kind of a new thing in entertainment. in the gaming business too. You now have the ability to come on to the internet here at YouTube or Twitch or wherever and watch guys like me play a game that you might be interested in. And yeah, you got to invest maybe a few hours in watching. So sorry about that. But at least it's a more honest look at it. Like you're looking at it for a couple few hours and you're gauging how you like what you see. So I would advise anybody who's looking for kind of a tutorial, just come in, you watch, you will learn stuff. You'll gain, some more knowledge about what it is that we're doing in the game. And I tell people who always ask me about that in the comments and things like, hey man, just jump into my live stream and see for yourself. End of day. There we are. And we will not stop, that's for sure. Yeah, I agree. The flanking division needs to come forward as far as I can get it. Matter of fact, we'll probably have Ewell come forward too. Let's go ahead and let's get our deployments for this next day. Walton's division right here. Whiting's division right here. And Jones, DR. Let's get him. So there they are. They're facing Ewell then, huh? Okay. Let's get Jones right here. Like that. Bingo. Okay. I think I'd like to have his artillery, though, be over here just from an RP perspective. Now, Beauregard and his guys are not going to be able to join us immediately, but we'll get them in a position to hop on the road and come on over. Magruder, I could flank with him over here, but I'm not going to. We're just going to do what we talked about, and we're going to drive down the road right here. We're going to get artillery out front. Magruder's reserve guns. Come on out. Come on out, boys. Right here. Lee's division. Here. Vaughn's division. In the trees. Here. And Reynolds division. Here, like so. Let's have Lee be in. I think that works. I think that works pretty well. Let's, I like to try to kind of be more artful and authentic about the positioning here. Let's do that. Let's do that. Okay. That looks good. Let's have Ewell's reserve guns also be stacked up here. And we'll have all of the reserve artillery pieces come on out and be the grand battery for starters. Beckham, reserve brigade. Mouton, same thing. Like that. We'll have them be kind of on the flank, say. Right? We'll have this set up pretty well for the next day's fight. Be ready to push play. We'll take Beauregard, and basically he's going to come straight at this. And then I would say Reynolds' whole division is going to move forward behind the guns. He will attack kind of first. Lee comes to support. Vaughn engages after that. Then Ewell pushes across from here. Okay, none of these guys are going to worry about roads anymore. Whiting and Walton's division. Okay, sorry about that again. And then I think I want to stick with my plan for Jones to be a nice little flanking force that comes and hits him on the side right there. Hit him on the end, right? So we've got 4.6 points of entrenchments we can use. Feel like we may as well. Just say we maybe dug some like here. Like that. Bonk. And then I think we'll be ready to roll. Day 2, boys. Let's go. Wow. Oh, shit. Okay, unlimber. Unlimber. Move out and attack. Look at the AI doing this right here, boys. Look at the AI doing what it's doing right here, boys. All right, let's come forward and unlimber. Right here. Let's attack right here. And let's attack right here. So they're going to come at me. Frost, come on out. Hanson, come on out. These guns, do it. Let's unlimber these boys. Let's have these guys fall back. Let's unlimber all of these guns and make a big gun line right here. So the AI will do some tricky stuff, man. The AI will do some tricky stuff. Not sure what it is they're up to right here. I think they wanted to come forward. I don't understand how it is they were able to see my guns and where they were deployed right off the rip like that. I never did quite understand how it is the AI pulls that off. But here we go. Here we go, gentlemen. Call your friends in. The battle is underway. These guns will push forward. Go. These skirmishers. Looks like Ewell's going to get into contact sooner rather than later. Okay, let's go ahead. I don't think we're going to worry so much about... Well, yeah, let's send Jones kind of down and around. Let's see if he'll do it. No, he won't do it the way I want. So I think we're going to axe that idea. All right, so they're just going to come right into the teeth of our grand battery right here. This is bizarre, if you ask me. We'll just need to put a few brigades out here. And bottle them all up, is what I say. Let's have these boys send some skirmishers back out. Boom, boom, boom. Oh my. Oh my word. Okay, we're going to have Uji's division, or rather Uji's brigade. Come on, right out here, brother. Charge, move out. Double time. And then let's get these boys up against the entrenchments. You're going to have, who is that? Reynolds? Or no, Vaughn's division. It's going to get into contact. Polk's brigade here. Greg. Boy, I do believe these Yanks are maybe in for some hurt. Let's go, boys. Let's go. We'll send the skirmishers on out. Let's go. Yee yee. Here we go. Look at how this one's coming together. The Yanks being aggressive out here. I almost like it. I almost admire it. Holy smacks. We just got to worry about them rushing the cannons. Oh, okay, looky here. See? Go ahead, pull back. Oh, shoot. Okay, we need Polk's brigade to continue moving over this way. And then we need Maxie Gregg to do that. Perfect, okay. Got him in a little bit of a pincer there. Very well indeed. Boom. Let's do some counter battery fire here. If we can go right there. A little more counter battery fire. Ooh, that'll be straight up infantry. Fine. Let's push these brigades out a bit. Okay. Got our Lorenz rifles. Skirmishers out right here. Here we go. Here we go. Apologize if I don't get in the chat right away, gentlemen. We are fighting an intense one right here. Alright, now Reynolds' division comes forward. And we'll close the door on all these suckers. And we'll bring Walton forward too. Right. We'll take Whiting. And, you know, he'll stay where he is for now. We got a hell of a skirmisher scrum out here. Holy smokes. Fall back, boys. You're getting all mixed up. Hanson's brigade here, holding his own. Fire on those guns. I'm tired of this bullshit. Fire on those guns, damn it. Fire right there. Alright. Okay, I think we might have goaded them into a bit of a desperate attack here. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Okay, we need to have Beauregard get on the move. Let's go. You boys, right there. See how they just formed up right here? I want to believe now we got them. Boom. Let's see how this goes. God damn. Look at these guys losing 20 men. Sheesh. Let's lay down here. Yeah, open up from behind. Very good. Okay, they're pushing us a little bit. Let's lay down with these troops. Boom. Let that gun fire. Let's lay down with these boys. Same thing. Perfect. Hanson out here. Our morale's a little low. See, you got a Union clump. You got an AI clump. Not my favorite thing in the world here. Right? But Yanks trying to do everything they can to win the deal. Here goes Smith and his skirmishers. We'll go ahead and go to here. We're going to get around their flank with Smith's brigade right here. Drayton's going to come forward right here. We're going to charge, move it out. We're going to come forward here. We're going to hit them. Brian, go ahead and advance. Okay, running them off there a little bit. Okay, you boys need to back up. Please hit them. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, send them to ground. Send them to ground. We have too many stinking guns out here that are unattended, by God. Grab those. Our Grand Battery is getting chewed up. Stevenson, grab those. Beckham, grab those. Okay, we need to advance. Advance, please. And cover the guns. Okay, they're going to have one brigade that changes facing right there. Fine, fine, fine. All right, Lee with the rest of his division comes across. Right, hey, good. Boom, Trimble. Okay, we're going to just surround them. These guns out of here. Go, go, go. Open fire. Bam! Canister round right into him. Let's go. Back up. Here we go. Shit! Alright, they opened fire on me there. Let's go ahead. Let's send some more guys out there. I wanna win control over these guns. Woo! Could have an... Yeah, right? The most organized looking clump I've seen them do the entire campaign. So, I'm even just a little impressed. You know, they've managed to take out a number of our cannon. That's not great for us. Not great. Not great. Let's go ahead and start putting guys back on them. Here, right there, right there. All right, we're breaking them. Fantastic. Ooh, it's a very active battlefront. You've got cavalry and infantry over here under Catterson and Scammon trying to hold. Smith still trying to make his way forward. Hanson struggling a bit out here, although his casualties are light, relatively speaking. Stafford with his mixed muskets. I would send them all in there, but I think that would be just about suicide. All right, let's go ahead. Let's bring the line down like this. Keep all of that artillery firing. Lee moves forward. Fantastic. And then I am content if the Yanks aren't going to really be... I mean, I don't think they're going to be able to do anything else about this whole deal. Is just kind of jump on that fence right there. Let's get guys back out on our guns like we're doing. Let's just start hitting them. By God. Let's just start hitting them. Let's go. 24-pound howitzer. Let's go. All right. Let's bag them. Let's bag them. We got these guns here. Bring them up. Excellent. All right. Jones, I want to bring you... See, I don't... Yeah, it's... We'll just come across here with Whiting's division. Do that. Right there. Let's have these guns advance a bit. Okay, opening up again here. Got all these mock-up artillery crews coming together. Right, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this fight just be what it is. I'm going to let the artillery work here. As a matter of fact, what we'll do is try to get more guns positioned right up in the center here. See, we got plenty here. Let's have them fire right there. Let's have Jones fill in where Whiting is going to leave a hole. Okay, changing our plan a little bit here. And then we've got Walton's division that continues to press right in the center right here, boys. And yeah, we just basically, you let the artillery pound away until they're nice and softened up for you. That has more to do with morale than anything else. It doesn't mean you're killing a lot of them, because you really don't with artillery. Most, I think it was 85% of the casualties. This is something that has been complained about when it comes to Grand Tactician. This is what I talk about when I say that they try to make it a history buffs game, is that when you look at the historical statistics, something like 80 to 85% of casualties were caused by small arms rifled musket fire, not artillery fire. Artillery was particularly devastating, but its main usage, same as it always kind of was as a way to affect and break the enemy army's morale, ultimately. It's just soften them up, get them nice and scared, and then send in the rest and break them. Here we go. Here we go. Let's get Lee up. Here he comes. Excellent. Lee will stay in the front with his men for sure. Let's get Whiting across. And yeah, you'll just have this big clump of Yankees that'll be taking this artillery fire. What I will do is I'm going to go, boom, bombardment. Right in there. And we're going to do it all across the line. This is where you can really start killing some guys, I think. Right with 24-pound howitzers all over the place. These things are rough if they can make their shots. Bombard. Keep it hot, boys. Keep it hot. Keep it hot. Everybody bombards, man. Just do it. We'll run through the ammo. We'll deal with it. And we'll leave it at that for now. Yeah, I've always noticed that there's a prejudice toward World War II games. That's why I was thinking for a second about jumping back into Foxhole, because it's almost like a fictional interwar, World War II, World War I kind of thing. It's a pretty cool, creative little game. Let's go ahead and press the advantage here. Open up long range. And now we'll be blasting them. Let's go ahead and do some counter battery fire. Right there. Let's have the Springfield muskets come on down. Let's have Polk with his plains rifles. Come on over. And then we'll see if we can bag them, boys. I definitely have high hopes. This is your dispatch screen. Anybody? Nobody wounded? McCrae wounded. Damn. Yeah, okay. Captain McCrae, that was a battery commander. One of those gun batteries that got chewed up real bad. Here we go. These guys are going to lay down. Boom! Allow the guys behind to shoot. Right, that's what you want to have. Let's cut off the road officially. All right, Haygoods Brigade out here with their Mississippi rifles. Get there. Yes, advance, advance, advance. Start putting a little pressure on with the infantry lines here. Why not? Along with the bombardment, we'll go ahead and bring in the rifle fire. Should be effective. And this game, yeah, it basically builds, I believe anyway, off of many of the campaign layer features that you had in a game like AGI Civil War or Civil War II, right? It puts it in a real-time setting on the campaign level, and also gives it an extraordinary level of historical detail that us grognards love, and then adds that tactical battle piece that helps you build a more immersive and compelling narrative around your campaign, is I think the way I would put it. That's what Grand Tactician gives you. This isn't as much of a battle game, at least in the Civil War game. It's not as much of a battle game as it is a strategy game, a campaign game. At least not this one. What I believe that they are doing with the new game is they want to make that one more like a battle game. More so. They want to keep how good the campaign side is. They want to keep that intact and honor that, but then they want to make the battle part of the game like beyond your wildest dreams. I think they're really shooting for the stars on it. Look at this, baby. We're pouring it in now. That Yankee Brigade is going to have a tough day. That would be Scribner. I believe we'll have him in the bag, gentlemen. Trimble, come on out this way into these woods. Lee, don't get yourself shot. Got guns we can take right here. Ooh, do it. These guys are all spinning around. You got 2-on-1s all over the place right here, boys. 3-on-1s in some spots too. Holy smokes. Drayton, advance. Do it. Do it. Okay. Do that. And advance. Tighten the noose. Tighten the noose. Hey, okay, now we got him routing the wrong way too. Fantastic. Ha 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 ha. Okay, what I would love is to just disintegrate this army, just disappear them. That would be fantastic if we can manage it. That'll really be something. Let's have these boys go ahead and advance out. Don't want to get too overconfident here. Feeling pretty good about how things are going right here. Ooh, no. I want you guys to go this way. Except, yeah, I want you facing the right way. That's funny. Come on down against creek bed. Charge move there. Go double time. Let's do it. These guys stay engaged there. Polk moves up behind his skirmishers. We got this brigade advancing to right there. Okay, we're making more of them run. Looks like those are skirmishers though. Okay. Let's take Stafford's brigade and move him out. And then let's take these guns and let's take them off of bombard, because we are low on ammo in some spots, right? I think maybe they would have, I think they did it themselves. Didn't have the ammo anymore. Boom. Fire. So let's start firing at actual targets now. Go back to fire at will. You boys, hit them. Same here. Boom. Again, more Yankees routing the wrong way. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just fine with that. I'm fine with that. We'll kill them as they go. Let's come around here. Not that way. Right here. Advance. Let's get up on the fence. Advance. Smith, yes, go all the way, man. Bag them. We're gonna bag them all, baby. So yeah, it's how did the routing Union unit run right through the Confederate line? Look, suspension of disbelief, baby. That's also one part of skill, if you ask me. Don't let a thing like that bother you too much. I mean, is my opinion, like, you know, you got it. Don't let a thing like that bother you too awful much. You know, don't let a thing like that bother you too awful much. Just don't let a thing like that bother you too awful much. They're routing, nonetheless. The effect is what it is. They are routing. But this looks pretty good. Pretty good, I must say. Now, other thing to do is to come down here and take this. I just don't have anybody, I think, that can get over there fast enough. God, we're going to wreck this Union force right here, man. This is wild. I feel like the AI just felt like it needed to... It needed to defend DC somehow, right? Let's take these skirmishers right here and let's run them down and see if we can't take that. Now that we're in their rear, I'm okay making that move. Damn it! Had mic off this whole time. Gosh dang. Well, that was since I coughed a second ago. Sorry about that, gentlemen. Sorry about that. Something that happens every now and again. Thank you, thank you. All right, boys. Looking pretty good here. Looking pretty good here. See, you can't charge with infantry. You can't charge them down. I need cavalry to be up here. Yeah, I know the enemy's going to retreat for sure. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. All right, let's push play. Let's let this thing go. These guys are all going to break. And that'll be that, gentlemen. Let's take these cavalry if we can get them. Let's bring them all in here. Let's bring this cav in, let's say over here. And we'll see if we can get these guys to attack before all these routed troops get out. Right? These boys, let's have them come in here like that. Cav the best we can work with. Far in the rear. Damn it. Love to just chew these 3 brigades up some more. How about that? Yeah, I don't think so. So like I said, this isn't something that's going to win the war for us. Although, you could almost say kind of like in the end, you could point to this and say this is the thing that wins the war for us if we take DC, which I believe we will after this. What it does is it, you know, it clips the Union's Achilles heel. It puts them on the clock. I believe anyway. Well, I'm not like that. I can't be sure of that yet. We got to get to November, and they've got to be less than 60 national morale. This will take us much closer to achieving that. And as a matter of fact, I may want to keep some troops behind to keep DC. It's just that keeping control of it doesn't necessarily do any good for it. Just taking it is what gives the big morale hit, the big national morale hit. Just taking it. You know, that we could even give it back to them. It's just that after that, we have to do everything we can to keep their morale down, while they're going to be doing everything, the AI is going to be doing everything it can to try to bring their national morale back up again. So you can see that. Okay, we've taken that. They don't have another retreat point over here. There's really nowhere they can go, so we're going to do what we can to try to chase them down and shoot at them. Let's stay on them. Let's stay on them. Let's stay on them. Hit them, hit them, hit them. Hit them, hit them, hit them. There we go. Boom. Boom. Yeah, no, we don't want to do that. Turn around and shoot. And I'm pretty sure that if you touch them with some of your men... Nope, I guess maybe not. I thought that they would... some of them would fall. And I try to push Alt and charge with it, but they won't let me do that. So... Infantry isn't for mop-up duty of this type, really. Let's get one volley in on these boys, if we can. Go, go, go. Fire! Nope, they're going to run. They're going to run, run, run. Shoot skis. Okay, but this army is going to be running for its life. Federal guns, yes. Go. Get them. And you boys... I think that's it. Look at all these dead Yankees out here. I love it. Dead and wounded Yankees, that is. Here we go. What do we got? Oh, my word. Nearly 6-to-1 casualties. Oh, well, you know we'll take that for sure. They lose almost half of their force. Well, a third. We do lose 14 guns. That's not great. Supply depot is going to be working overtime trying to fill the holes there. All right, we'll go 2 times, 5 times speed. Try to get men out on these cannon. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. Stimulus checks for morale. Yeah, I like that idea. Well, not my favorite battle. Not my favorite battle, but 6-to-1 casualty differential is just fine with me. And we'll kick them out of Maryland. I imagine there will be another Union Army headed our way. We'll have to see what happens. Okay. And so their national morale drops by another percentage point too, so I think that's probably more than 1 point drop right there. Should be at, I think they'll be at 76 now. Shoot, Captain Manigault, one of our artillery officers, has fallen into disgrace. Boo, boo, boo. Glorious victory. Fleeing in panic, the Army of the Potomac is. 4 guns and 4,000 rifles. You betcha, we'll take it. We'll take it. All right. And the Department of Pennsylvania was already on the run. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and push play right here, gentlemen. We'll push play on that. Still not totally sure what on earth it is that's supposed to be going on around here. I think maybe McClellan just wasn't going to give this thing up. Yeah. He's going to fight that one tooth and nail, looks like. This Navy, I think I'll keep it where it is. Oh my God. Look at all this, gentlemen. Look at all of this. Illinois is burning. So, there's a very interesting conversation point taken in the chat right there. And I think you make a very valid point that I would expand upon. Everybody's all afraid of AI taking our jobs, right? And stuff. Everybody's howling all about that. But I'm going to take a slightly different tack than you just did right there. I'm going to put a little different spin on it, right? Everybody howling about AI and all of that. Okay, what I see happening all the time are players of video games asking for there to be really good AI to replace a human opponent. Right? So, which AI do we want? Who gets to pick? You? Me? Right? No, not you or me. So, I think we got to check ourselves a little bit when it comes to howling all about AI and the devil of AI. I think that I wanted to say a piece about that. I've been thinking about that a little bit. It's like, I think the point that you make there, the idea that, we look at AI and we see how clunky it still is, and we're afraid of AI becoming our overlords. Like, that's also a fair point. That's also a fair point. I don't think we have too much to fear. All right, we got to keep moving. Get into town, boys. Get into town. Double time it. Go, go, go. Ewell, same thing, my man. Go, go, go. President flees. Northerners in shock. The Confederates press on. D.C. is taken. Today's biggest news comes from the north, the capital city of the United States. It has been captured by Confederate armies. With the city in rebel hands, the political leadership of the United States has fled and will lead the nation from exile. The fall of Washington has been received with great enthusiasm in the Confederate States, where the president called it an important milestone on the road to victory. Indeed. The citizens of the Union are shocked. Their support for the war effort is greatly affected, and support for the political leadership is wavering. Many Northerners see the fall of the capital as an irreparable loss for Northern prestige. Many Union volunteers see the war as lost, and desertions from the ranks are on the rise. I believe that'll be another problem inherent about this whole development. What remains to be seen is whether the Confederate armies can take advantage of their great victory and push on to win the war. Boom! How about them apples, gentlemen? How about them apples? Let's get into town first. Let's go, let's go. Beautiful. Washington is taken in April 1862. And now you can see what we're working with here, boys. 53 national morale for the Yankees. 53. Now, what we got to do is we got to make sure it holds under 60 until November. And we're going to be doing everything we can to make that happen. All right? Let's go ahead and raid. All right, we're going to take Magruder's wing. We're going to keep them on the move to Manassas. Let's take trains where we can. Go. All right, we need to get the army on the move. I don't know what the heck they're waiting. Oh, it's nighttime. Got it. All right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to cross back into Virginia with just about everybody. We're going to drive everything before us. We're going to join up with Johnson, and we're going to reestablish our defensive line in Virginia. And when we're just going to wait to see what old AI Yankee wants to do. Yeah, no, Maryland does not succeed. Or secede. Maryland does not secede in this game. Army of Arkansas, be ready to attack. I tell you what, let's back up a little so we can get back in range of this depot. Let's burn this one down. Army of the West, let's bring them forward. ×2. Force march it, boys. All right. All right. Quincy. Now let's head up toward Davenport. Our readiness is just fine. Let's go to Bloomington. Raiding. There is, I tell you, fellas, I love your enthusiasm, but there is no reason to go further. There's no reason to go further. Okay, we're going to take the Army headquarters, and we're going to run it here. Ewell is going to stay in D.C. for the time being. Yeah, the Army of the Potomac moving off still. Okay. Very well. Gonna raid up here. Okay, we'll take Ewell. Off a raid now. Oh, we had a unit route here for some reason. I don't know why. And let's go off of scouting. We don't need to worry so much about that. Let's have Ewell jump on some trains and head down to Culpeper. And then we'll just bring the army back into Virginia. We're going to call it a massive raid in force into Maryland and to take D.C. And then we'll just revert back to the defensive, and we'll be ready to just brush off every attack that the Yankees bring at us, because I'm pretty sure they're going to be under pressure to try and attack at this point. So the way that it works is, since I captured DC, all right, it gave minus 20 national morale. So they went from 73 down to 53. All right, when Union support is below 60, to continue the fight, Lincoln needs a Republican majority in the House of Representatives. Elections are coming November 4th. If Union support is below 60 on this date, a Democrat victory will cause Union national morale to decrease steadily until it breaks. So, from that point forward, the Union is on the clock from November forward. If we can get it to hold below 60 by November, which I believe that right now we can. So it's not about holding Washington, D.C. It's about just having taken it. That's it. When they take it back, they don't gain 20 national morale again. They lost it. You know, just losing your capital and having all of your political leadership flee for their lives once, it's all it takes for the entire population to lose confidence in your war effort and in your political leadership, just like it said in the newspaper. It only takes once. Losing it once. You don't even have to hold it. You just take it and run everybody out of town like we've done. Then we can leave, and the people are demoralized. It's going to be hard for them to regain confidence now. The government is still going to prosecute a war effort because they're not ready to give up. Obviously, it said in the little Grand Herald newspaper article right there that they have lost respect and prestige now. Think of the way that Europe would be looking at the situation right now. I don't know how that'll be reflected here in game. I'll be really interested to see. But what you have is a situation where Democrats, let's say in our game, in an alternate history timeline, Democratic political leaders now have all the ammunition they need to campaign on a winning ticket in Congress in the midterms and win the midterms, and then begin steadily to erode the government's ability to actually wage the war and then bring everybody to the negotiating table and achieve a negotiated peace, which is kind of what the South was always after, whether that includes independence or whether that includes a reunion with slavery, obviously, is something that would be up for everybody in the saloon to talk more about. And I would say, I would agree with the idea of just chasing down their armies everywhere we can find them. But I believe, anyway, that what they're going to be forced to do is to come after us. They're just not going to have any choice. Let's come on down. Let's take the railroad. Let's come on down. Oh, we can't. Okay, got it. Because Ewell's still on the train. Fine. Now, what I would do is I would take over the area up here near Frederick, and so that I can use that iron mine right there. That is what I might do. We're going to keep Magruder's wing on the move down to Gordonsville. Let's put him on some trains if we can. Where is Ewell going? Okay, yeah, he's going all the way down there. Beauregard, why don't you start marching and get back to Fredericksburg? Go ahead and force the march. Let's have Magruder ready to go. Once Ewell stops, Magruder's coming all the way here on the railroad. Yep, Army Potomac's going to try to come all the way down here and help take Richmond. That is the one hope that they do have. Okay, Ewell needs to keep on moving. Cross here. Force the march. Stay on the attack. Stay in on the attack with everybody. See, they can't use my railroad. What they're going to do is try to bring these armies down here. I bet you we'll have another battle right here. Yeah, you're not wrong about it being a long time from April and November. I would really love to see what it is that they could... I'm going to win all the battles. Wherever there are battles. What they could do, and what they may do, is they may sit back and through policy do everything that they can. Like, what I would do if I were them is whatever it takes to get all the way down to emancipation, right? That's what I would do if I were them. There we go. Okay, we got them. We're here. All right. Excellent. So they're going to run back to the north. Now Magruder is going to march to Ewell. Force the march. Army of Virginia. Okay, and then we're going to come down here and we're going to dislodge these guys in combination here. We'll kick them all out of Virginia and just kind of reset things. You can see here, they're going to come back over this way, probably to retake these iron mines. Yeah, the only hope they have in the short term is to figure out a way, if they can do it, to try and do the same thing to me, which is to come down and take Richmond. All right. So now we're going to plan another movement with everybody. Once Magruder makes his way, we're going to force the march again. We're doing pretty good in the green still with everybody. All right, we will pause it since it's overnight. Okay, and we're going to wait a day, and then we're going to send everybody down here on a forced march tomorrow. Okay, then we'll do Ewell. Same thing. On a forced march tomorrow. Got it? You boys, let's go. Forced march. Everybody together now. And we could probably even take Johnson. Once they start getting close, take him and move him north a little bit. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Got it. And again, this right here. I thought we won that. Maybe there's a bit of a bug or a glitch working. Tough to tell for sure. At this stage, I do feel very confident that any battles that occur, any tactical battles, given the fact that the AI in this game is what it is and it clumps the way that it does, given the fact that national morale has a direct effect on your army's morale and the staying power of troops in the field, I'll have them far outmatched when it comes to that. So just feel very confident that no matter when and I hear you about rolling ones too. Yeah, I hear that for sure. Now I might entertain the taking of Fortress Monroe, but even still, like I say, I think the better move is to just hand the initiative over and set up a defensive line behind the Rappahannock River. If they want to take the valley, sure. Sure. Fine. No problem. As long as we protect Richmond, as long as we form a good defensive position. Here we go now. Army of Arkansas is going to find itself in a fight before too long, I think, here in southeastern Missouri. And it would be against formidable enemy force. Larger, for sure. I would say we go... let's stay on the attack. We'll make it a meeting engagement out here. And if we get pushed out, then we get pushed out. Anderson and the Army of the West. Let's bring them up here to Springfield. Let's distract them. Let's distract them. Force the march, boys. Go. They're in the green. We got a depot up there, right? I don't know how we ended up with this, but we'll take it. How close are we here? 15 days left? Oh, boy. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gosh. What on earth? Go, go, go. All right, so we're going to run them off. Bingo. And then we'll return to the old status quo in the east. Fantastic, gentlemen. What projects are available for us here now? Same as before. Administration reform. We're nearly there. All right. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Got to let one more day tick over. We get that administrative reform. Get in a good spot to, I hope, accelerate this. Because, obviously, Cinco de Mayo is coming up. I don't know if that's actually a real deadline. I thought it would be. Makes sense that it would be, anyway. Organized blockade running. Ooh. See, we don't want to do it, though, because it helps the Union National morale. That's the other thing. We do not want to ourselves pass policy that's going to help increase the Union national morale. That is for sure. All right. So, let's empty this. Let's take the whole army and let's bring them back to here. Take Magruder to Fredericksburg. We'll take Ewell to Chancellorsville. We'll take the Army headquarters and bring it to Fredericksburg. And then we're going to build a new depot around here. And now, yeah, you're just kind of in that spot where you're like, okay, come and get us. Here they are. They're having to spend a bunch of money on rebuild. Let's take a look at that. See, we're not... Yeah, their trade warfare is not nearly as much. Or our trade warfare impact, not so much. Well. What good fun, eh? And then okay, so I was going to talk a little bit about this too. Before I wrap up the stream tonight, gentlemen, I was going to talk about one more thing as it relates to the broader strategy of gaining French intervention or mediation or something, is that we will do the actual French intervention, Mexico intervention policy like we're doing right here. Now, Okay. And once we do that, we're going to use a combination of policies or of projects, which will be Cotton is King. We're going to use that. And then from here forward, we're going to do send envoys. And we're just going to do boom, 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 with this French intervention thing cooking in the background. And hopefully we can help boost European intervention enough to where the French actually come in on our side. I have heard, by the way, that the French armies that come in on your side aren't exactly the most useful. Here they come. Army of Arkansas is ready. But I'll tell you what, gentlemen, I think we're probably going to have to go ahead and call that one a stream for tonight. Oh, man, I'm having a good time, baby. I'm having a good time with this campaign, and I don't know. Maybe we have done it. Maybe we have set ourselves up for an early Confederate victory. I did not expect this to be available to us. Didn't expect this to come our way, but sure enough, we are here. Appreciate everybody who has tuned in tonight. I thank you all for taking the time. It's so huge that you do that. Of course, don't forget, read that description below. See a link to become a member for as little as $2 or $5 a month. When this post is a VOD in about 12 to 24 hours, don't forget to jump in, spend 5 minutes watching, and hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, Alternate History Gaming, with me, Bank60s, your humble and gracious host. And until the next time we jump into the Confederate campaign, tomorrow night, boys, I'm going to jump into some War of Rights and just have a good old time in some Civil War combat and ride some new horsies in game, too. I can't wait. Jump into War of Rights with me tomorrow. We'll play, we'll fight, we'll have fun. I can't wait, guys. I love you very much for being here. Thanks again.